Dating is pure hell. I'm telling you, man, this is some crazy stuff here, and I'm gonna just talk from my experiences, which I haven't dated much. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a conscious decision not to date, but it's for a lot of reasons. Anyway, why is that shit so complicated? I don't get it. Why is everybody making it so bloody complicated? You understand what I'm saying? The problem is not so much that people don't know how. I think we live in a society of overthinkers when it comes to dating. I think we live in a society of people who are scared of rejection when you think of dating. I think we have cornered ourselves into an area where we take the traits of a certain culture or a certain group of people and we make a blanket, mind you, view of what's really going on. You understand what I'm saying? And if you go to like YouTube or even TikTok and stuff, you have these like dating coaches and gurus who are saying do this or don't do that or don't do that. And if you do this, you're going to fail. And if you do this, you've been doing it wrong. Do this and do that. No, I'm going to just talk about me. I ain't going to tell you what to do. But you know what? If you like somebody and you want to text them all the time, text them all the time. Who gives a crap? You have to take into consideration that that person probably might not respond to what you're doing. Just because some women think if you text them too much, that makes you needy, that's them. There's some women who would love that happening to them. Of course, too, you have to take into consideration if the woman is interested in you. And sometimes, even if she's not initially interested in you, you grow on people. It's just like friendships, you know. You know, they think a woman see you and she made up her mind she's not going to date you. That's it, and there's nothing you can do to sway her. No amount of sweet talking, no amount of this, no amount of that. That's not true. You could talk to somebody and have them get to know you, which is what talk to them is going to do. If a person refuses to communicate with you, they don't really want to know you, so, you know, then you take it from there. I'm not going to tell you walk away. I'm not going to tell you stick around. You just take it from there. Use your own judgment. Here's the thing about watching that stuff on, and I've fallen victim to that too. You know, I've watched some of them with the dating advice stuff, and I've dealt with people, women, and some of the crap that they have put forward got stuck in the back of my mind, and then I subconsciously try to apply that to the situation I'm in, which screws the situation up anyway, because the woman that I was talking to was nothing like the women they were talking about. Listen, the mind and the soul and the body knows when you meet somebody like that. The trick is to not go by what you see, because a lot of these people, they are talking about people who go by what they see. They're talking about people who go by what the culture tells them is appealing or sexy or attractive. Most people don't go by personality or nothing anymore. They just simply go by what somebody look like. Period. And even though you might tell yourself, oh, I'm going to look for somebody with this personality and that personality and this, you don't do it. Because subconsciously the culture tells you that's not what's important. No, some people may tell you that's what's important, but you're not listening to them, because the prevalent indoctrination is that's not what's important. And you got people running around here thinking they're thinking independently when they're really not. Because if you're thinking independently, you will look for what's important. Like, you have these stupid games where, don't text her right away. You know, wait 2-3 days to text her. You know, don't give her the power. Don't do. What power? How she got the power? If somebody is just trying to manipulate you, they're really just manipulating themselves, because if you're confident in yourself and you believe that you're a good person, who is losing here? Is it you losing, or is it they losing? Maybe I think about stuff differently, and maybe that's why stuff doesn't affect me like it affects people. It's like, I know who I am. And if I'm trying to talk to a woman and she's acting stupid, who is losing here? They think if you talk to this woman and she's manipulating you, that you're wasting time. But you're not wasting time, because you're learning how to deal with people as you go along. It's practice. Like I could absolutely tell you when a woman is being sincere or not. I could absolutely tell you, so that I know how to deal with her. And it wasn't playing games. It was just letting them be themselves that created that. And you can't be yourself if they're telling you what to do. Myself doesn't tell me to wait 3 days to text a woman. Myself doesn't tell me not to double text a woman. If I double text a woman and she thinks that's weak, screw her. Who cares? If she's stupid enough to think that, and not smart enough to think, well, this is somebody who actually cares what I think, and that's important for a relationship, who cares what she think? She lacked the ability to think deeply. If you care about somebody and you show concern that I'm not saying to overdo it, but I'm saying if you show concern that they're acting stressed, hey, are you okay? Is everything cool? They're saying that's wrong, because then it looks like you're weak and you're needy and you're this and you're that. Now, they may not mean that, but they don't specify that that's what they mean. They make it seem like, don't do that, don't do that, don't show your care. So you got all these people running around here not showing that they care about each other. And those that could play the game and know how to think that they care, make people think that they care, is the ones that are winning. But are they though? Because those are the people who get cheated on or cheat on people. Those are the people that have all the drama with this one here and that one there. I see it on social media all the time. It's prevalent on social media. You got all these people with all this drama going on. You don't see happily married people with drama on Facebook now, do you? I have a lot of friends. My brother including is one. He ain't got no drama. You don't see it on Facebook. That's because they take care of it in-house. The reason why you see all that stuff on drama is because people are being led by what other people think, what other people believe is good, relationship-wise and stuff like that. It's dangerous, man, because, I think the effect that a lot of people are thinking that these things have is having the opposite effect. When you tell people all this stuff, they think that they're they think that it jacks with their self-esteem. Because even though they're telling you that's not the right thing to do, then you're thinking, well, there's something wrong with me. And you say, fix it. Is fixing it not being yourself? If you're a caring person, don't be caring. Of course, some of them say, no, don't just be an arse and don't care and stuff like that. But then how else are you going to do it? You have to constantly monitor yourself to make it seem that you're one way when you're not. Not every woman is going to come in there. As a matter of fact, most women ain't going to do that. Most women aren't going to manipulate you. Most women aren't going to use you. Most women aren't going to do that stuff. They make it seem like every woman, that's what they're doing. These women these days. Let me draw a reference to you. Let me tell you something I have noticed. They say these bad boys getting all the women. Oh, they're getting all the women, and nice guys always lose. But let's look at who the bad boys are getting. It's a bunch of bad boys who are getting the same bloody woman over and over and over. I have a lot of female friends who don't mess around with these bad boys. They're out there. They just don't. No, here's what happened with a lot of that stuff. And especially, you notice it really well in small towns. It's a section of people, and they all are sleeping with each other. They all are having kids with each other. They all are passing each other around. They rarely ever get outside of that circle. Rarely. They're all dating the same people. But they make it seem like these bad boys are dating everybody. No. And listen, I have a degree in sociology, so I know how to research by sight and see what's going on. I'm not just talking out my bum here. You understand what I'm saying? It's a circle of people. Let me give you an example, okay? I am not the runaround type. I don't sleep around, you know. I don't do none of that. And I used to hang out at a restaurant. And they decide in that restaurant there to see how many people are related by who they slept with. Not by blood or by friendship, by who they slept with. And they just keep going and they just keep going and they just keep going, and it gets, you know, they got up to like 100, 150 people, and then they put my name in there, and guess what happened? That was the end of the chain. Because I wasn't related at the time. At the time, let me put it that way, I wasn't related to anybody there by who I slept with. I was relatively new in the town. I was married. So my ex-wife never really messed with anybody in there. They didn't know anybody. Of course, 15 years down the line, that changed. You understand what I'm saying? But not because of what I did. And I messed with nobody in there, period. I was outside that circle of everybody, copulating with everybody else. So when they talk about these bad boys sleeping with everybody, the bad boys, they have a certain circle that they go around. And when they leave this area, they go visit another area, they find somebody out there who is in another circle of people who are doing the same bloody thing. And in my luck, I seem to attract women who are in these circles. And they come around knowing I'm on the outskirts of those circles. Do you know how many of them I had to kick out of my place? Because they, listen, I had one time this a young lady came, followed me home. From that same bar that I was talking about. Or it's a restaurant really, you know, it's just a bar at night. But anyway, followed me home, right? And I went into my bathroom to do something. I came out and she's laying on the couch. Birthday suit. And I was like, you gotta get out of here. No, me, I ain't going that way. No. You know. And I know a lot of you are gonna say, oh man, you're stupid, Man, I like being healthy. Let me put it that way. See, but here's the kicker. I told one of the dudes there what happened, and he's like, man, you should have, man. I had my way. And I said, that's the reason why I didn't. I'm not part of that circle. And check this out. That circle told my ex that I was a devil and I was mean. Because she kind of joined that circle. She's not in that circle anymore. I'm not saying she messed around. That's not what I'm saying. But she was friends with them. So when they come and they tell you do this and do that, that only work on certain women. That's not going to work on real women. It's not. I had a friend, and we had a mutual friend. And how he met his wife is like he said, listen, I'm not doing all of that. Wait a couple of days. You give me a number, I'm calling you. First time he ever met her. So he called her the next day. They've been married now for over 19 years. And that's 3 friends in that group that happened to you. See what you see the correlation there. That's 3 friends in that group that are all happily married to the same woman for the last 19 years. How come they don't talk about that? How come they only talk about a relationship is this and a relationship is that and da-di-da-di-da and all of that crazy stuff? Huh? Because that sells. The negativity sells. My brother has been married for 40 years. You think they didn't have arguments and stuff during that 40 years, but they kept it in-house. And the sad part about it is that a lot of these people who find themselves bamboozled by all of this craziness, and then get themselves tangled up and hurt and all of that, then they come back to people like us who didn't get bamboozled by all of that craziness. And I'm not just talking about the gurus and stuff. I'm talking about the culture and how it is presented to them. The dating culture. They come to us because they see stability and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then they try to mess us up with all that crazy crap, you know, that they do, the game playing and all this and all. Man, I'm telling you, you know how many people try to play games with me? If you're nice to them, they think you're easy and you're stupid. But what they fail to realize is that there's a lot of nice guys who have other things going for them. But they can't see that, because if you're nice to them, they think that's all it is. You know, he's nice, he's looking. Yeah, I am looking for a stable relationship. Yeah, I am looking for, you know, a ride or die. But I am stupid enough to get bamboozled. And sometimes I play with them as much as they play with me. Especially if I realize that's what they're doing. I get a little evil spell in me, you know, and I was like, oh, you like that attention? I am like your attention dealer. You're addicted to it? Here you go. Because I know sooner or later you're going to make a dumb decision anyway. Who's going to be, yeah, it's like, you know, it's like a real time, hey, they give you all that stuff and all of that to take, and who is destroyed in the end? And it's not me being bitter, it's not me being angry, but everyone, you know, sometimes it gets to the point like, well, you really think I'm stupid or something? You think I don't know what you're doing? You really think I'm the one that's going to lose here? While I'm living my life, and all you have is playing games with me. That's all you have. You have nothing else. And I'm telling you, I attract women that try to do that. And I totally understand them. And everybody's, they tell you, she's using you, she's this while she's talking to other men, and blah, blah, blah. If she's doing all of that, she ain't got time to make her life better. Just like a dude who is doing all of that, you know, a womanizer, blah, blah. He ain't doing nothing to make his life better. He's spending all his time dealing with all that craziness. See, there's more to it than they leading you on to, you know what I mean? They're telling you all that stuff, you know. Oh, pay attention to movements, and you know, if she looked at you a certain long time, she's interested, you know what I mean? If she comes up and talk to you all the time, she's interested. If this, that, the other, yeah, that's a bunch of crock. Women come up to me and talk to me all the time because I'm 7 feet 1 inch tall, not because they want me. So how are you going to see that for me? Women flirt with me on the regular. I'm the type of person who believes flirting is not a game. It's not an everyday thing where you just flirt with somebody. You flirt with somebody if you're interested with them. That's how I see it. So I never take them serious. I never go, oh, she's flirting with me. Oh, she wants me. Come on now. Oh, she's looking at me. She wants. Listen, I've had women approach me straight up, and I still didn't think, oh yeah, she wants me. It's later somebody will say, man, she was interested in you. I was like, oh, okay, cool. There's no ego boosted. They don't make me a real man because some woman talked to me. Some strange woman. And I think men used to, well, I don't know about other cultures, but where I'm from, what's the big deal? You don't know when the right one talked to you. And I hate that sounds kind of cliche, but the body knows, the mind knows, the soul knows. And I have to admit, it's kind of frustrating dealing with people, and I know women have the same issue too. It's sort of frustrating to have to deal with people who have the mindset of this is the way things have to be. And it's usually those people that hang around. They hang around, boy, you know what I mean? Yeah, listen, I'm labeled a nice guy, but I'm the type of nice guy that women get attached to. Big time. They're just there. All the time. Can't get rid of them. They absolutely, like, okay, the nice guys that, I've seen them dealt with nice guys before, and they really didn't care what those nice guys think. They didn't. Period. They care what I think, though. And I could see them get hurt when I was, hey, yo, watch out now. I'm gonna question what you're doing there. I guess they figure a nice guy wouldn't question them. I do. And if I question something you do that disrespect me or something you don't like it, hey, that's on you. You could stay, you could go. It doesn't make me a bad boy. That makes me human. I'm selective with who I want around me. And everybody should be. But I'm not saying to act all stupid about it. Oh, no, man, I don't want, that. I gently say, hey, I don't like this stuff. I'll give you an example. Okay, here's something I do from the jump. I ain't looking for friendship. I'm not looking for no female friends. What am I doing? I'm a grown man, single. Why am I looking? Why? What makes you think I want to have female friends? What? So you could depend on me? Because when they pop in there with that I'm independent, blah 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 blah, they just want to be a friend. I guarantee you they're gonna depend on you. When they want something moved, when they want something picked up, when somebody terrorized them. Yes. I chase them off with that stuff. No. Or when Valentine's roll around, they like the male friends to give them candy and chocolate. I don't do none of that stuff. No. I save that for somebody who is reciprocating said things. If you ain't reciprocating, you ain't getting nothing. And I see that from the jump. If I try to talk to a woman and she said, well, I just want to be friends. Hey, we could be friends, but no. Don't expect nothing. And if I give anything, I could take it back. Because I'm not that important to you, so you're not that important to me. And I say that in the sense of not just a woman you meet and you're all like friends from the jump. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about women who you try to talk to and then they decide they want to be friends. They usually want more than that. They want to just up to the point of a relationship, a romantic relationship, but without the responsibilities and the accountability of it. And you could see that coming a mile away. But that, and I repeat and I emphasize, is not the majority of women. That is not the majority of women. And I'm going to repeat myself. A lot of those videos you see about women are like this and most of them are gold diggers and blah, blah, blah. That's not the majority of women. I've dealt with a lot of women in my time, and very few have tried that with me. Very few have tried that with me. Most of them are upfront and honest. Some of them have tried it, and I could tell you stories. But the women that I've known is far more who didn't try that crazy stuff than who tried that crazy stuff. And to be honest with you, more women tried to get me in bed than they did try to use me. And it's not because I'm rich, or because I'm good looking, or because I have game. Because my game is just being straightforward and blunt. The very thing they say not to do. The very thing they say to, don't do it because then she's going to have the upper hand. Don't tell her too much about yourself because, that takes away the mystery and be mysterious and keep things away, you know what I mean? Listen, I kept a lot of stuff from my ex-wife about my past, and that was a contention in the situation. And I'm not saying I did bad stuff or this and that. I had PTSD from some stuff that happened where I'm from and all of that. Kept that to myself. It brings mystery. Nah, it brings issues. How are you going to get to know somebody if you're not telling them about yourself? This is what you expect. And there's the thing too. Oh, let's leave the mystery. Then you get going with somebody and you're in a relationship. Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's kind of crazy. Because you didn't talk to them. That's why. Anyway, I'm babbling here. The point I'm trying to make here is advice from friends about dating, advice from YouTube videos and TikTok videos and stuff. Instinct should be enough, man. Instinct should be enough. And if you keep picking the wrong person over and over again, it's because you're following a cultural pattern. It's not because you have some kind of bad choice mechanism in you. Because all the people that make bad choices, you could tell, is that they're following the culture of what a real man should be instead of what a real human being should be. A little bit of experience goes a long way too, you know what I mean? I may not have dated a lot in my life, but I have observed. Observation is king. I'm going to leave it at that. Observation is key. Pay attention.